Danielle Matthews here and Alyssa Favreau. We are really excited to cap out the Run to Bronze training with a training on social media. So eventually in your business, you might feel like you've run out of people to talk to. You've talked to everybody in your warm market. And so then what do you do? Or some of you might say, I'm starting with nobody to talk to. Where do I go? Social media is a great avenue. And it's something that we want to share with you in this training, the mindset around how to use social media in your business and some tips to get you going. So building your business in the virtual world, it's pretty simple, and you should apply what I call networking 101 principles. Those networking 101 principles are something that I was taught when I started building my business in person, going to networking meetings. And the first thing that they always taught me was be visible. You got to show up, right? If you're going to an in-person event, you need to physically be there. Online, you need to have a profile. You need to show up in certain ways. And then you start to build credibility. You build credibility in person by talking to people, building relationships. And we'll talk about how to do that online as well. And then the last piece, of course, in Networking 101 is how do we create profitability from our activity? So Alyssa, why don't you talk to us about how we can become visible in this online world?
Yeah. So, the first thing that people see in an online world is usually your profile picture. So your profile picture is the very first thing someone says. They make a judgment about you right away within just a couple of seconds of looking at your profile picture. So let's go ahead and dive in and see really what does your profile picture say about you. So here's a profile picture that I loved. This was me completing a half Ironman race. I loved this picture. I thought it was inspirational. I thought it showed a little bit about me. But at the end of the day, it didn't actually show my face. No one could actually see what my face looked like, right? And so people saw this picture, great, but it didn't actually show who I was. And so then I was able, through some coaching and everything, I saw that your profile picture should really be about basically your neck up. It really should be that close of a picture of yourself, because it's your face that people are going to remember. It's your face that's going to really be able to build relationships, build rapport with people. And so your profile picture should really just be a very close-up picture of your face. I know that you have a cute dog. I know you have cute grandkids, cute kids. I know you've accomplished a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we just want to see your face from right about here. And so, visibility really is not only how you show up with your profile picture, but it's also what you're posting about, right? And that is what builds credibility. So visibility with your profile leads to credibility online. So you don't just want to be an ad for an ASEA, right? So you chose ASEA for a reason, but that reason you chose ASEA is how you will attract other people who also want to choose ASEA. And so you want to think about running your profile on your social media platform like a TV channel, right? You want to make sure that you are showing people who you are and the reasons you chose ASEA. You want to treat it as if, you're welcoming people into your living room and they see pictures up on your wall. They see inspirational quotes. They see travel with your family. They see things that you love and care about all around. And you want to run your profile and run your social media platform like a TV channel, like Alyssa TV is right up on the screen.
Yep. When I first started, I was super nervous about social media, and Alyssa gave me this exact example. She said, if I came to your living room, Danielle, what would I see? And you want to post that online because people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And so you want to bring yourself into this virtual space. So I love inspiration. If you're around me enough, you're going to hear inspirational quotes. You're going to see inspiring things on the wall, even here in my living room. So that's what I post about. I also hope that, people are attracted to that. That's what ASEA did for me. It inspired me. And so that's something that's in common there with a lot of people that are also into this sort of thing. I also post about nature and my dog Bodhi. If you come to my house, you're going to be surrounded by pictures of nature, as you can see, and you're going to be seeing pictures of my dog. This is just so people get to know me as a person and can connect with me in that way. And then I love personal development. So I am always sharing value online. I never want someone to feel like I'm just pushing and selling and just talking all about ASEA. I want someone to go, wow, when I hear Danielle, she makes me feel better. And I feel positive when I'm around her. And so I want to keep coming back for more. So that's how I've decided to run my TV channel, if you will. And I want you to think about 3 things that are you. Don't complicate it. Just pick 3 things and then just start posting. Over time, you can always adapt and change and decide to maybe post a little bit different content. But the key thing is just get started somewhere and just get in the routine of posting. And the more you do it, the more natural it feels. And the more that credibility starts to build up because you're being consistent with posting and people are really starting to get a feel for who you are. We don't want you to think that just because you show up with a profile and you start posting, though, you now are running a business. You're not. In order to become profitable, some things have to happen behind the scenes. And so now we want to talk to you about profitability. And that really comes down to, who are you talking to online? Who is it that you are networking with and that you are meeting? And what I love is that there are a million ways you can find connections online. And unlike traditional networking where you go to an event and it's just whoever happens to be at the event, on social media, you can go and find people that are already of like mind. You can essentially sort through them before you go reach out to them. And one way to do that is through suggested friends. So like Facebook, for example, and Instagram, when you click on a profile, they will tell you other profiles that are similar to that one or that have similar connections to you. And this is a great space where you can reach out and just say, hey, I saw you're also friends with so-and-so. I thought it'd be fun to connect. What do you do? And just start conversations in this way. People are very open to it online. Second thing is find a group on Facebook, or you could find a hashtag, on Instagram. And maybe it's around a hobby. Perhaps you like to hike, or you like to do wine tasting or gardening. Go find people that like the same things, because you can make a friend. You can start a relationship, you can start a connection, and eventually perhaps bring up ASEA with them. Maybe it's a specific location that you want to build your business. I know someone right now in ASEA that's looking to build in Mexico, and is just solely looking at things in Mexico and people that are there and finding communities where they can connect online with people that live in Mexico. Perhaps you want to find a certain type of person that's like you to work with. So you can find 50 and Fabulous, right? Boy Mom, dual income, no kids. There's so many different groups out there where your avatar, if you will, that person that is your ideal business partner, is sitting, waiting, looking to connect and make friends. So I always say this is a relationship business, and the person that has the most conversations wins. You want to be talking to people, and you want to do it in a genuine and authentic way, but you also want to have a conversation with a purpose. So Alyssa, talk to us about how we can have purposeful conversations.
Yeah, and this was so crucial for me in building my own business on social media, because you've done the profile picture, you've started to post some content, and then you're starting to reach out to people through groups and everything. And this is a pivotal moment, is having a conversation with a purpose, because I started having all of these conversations. I was posting, I felt like I was doing everything right, but I was having conversations that weren't leading anywhere. And so it wasn't making that translation into profitability for me. And so it was actually Fraser Brooks, who's a master training in the network marketing space, who has this format that you can follow. It's called LORD, right? And so with LORD, it's location, occupation, recreation, and dreams. And by following that format, really, you're able to really get to know a person in a very strategic way, right? Because as you're asking where they live, you're thinking, do I know other people who are in ASEA who might be in the same area, right? Occupation, what do they do? Do they enjoy what they're doing, right? Recreation, do they do things that they might want to be able to travel and work from anywhere, right? Do they love traveling? Do they love experiencing new places, new things? And then dream. This is actually one that is kind of catches people off guard because it's a question that a lot of people aren't asked. What are your dreams and what are you doing today to be able to work towards those dreams? And are the things that you're doing aligned with what you want to be able to accomplish in your life? And so as you're asking those questions, you're kind of thinking of ways that you might be able to weave in ASEA. And so then, you can ask these questions, but at the end of the day, that you need to be able to cross the mountain by asking the question, right? The question, whether it's product or business related, there is the moment that you have to ask the pivotal question. And here's a framework that you can follow, right? So you've had this Lord conversation with someone, and then, maybe it's the next day, maybe it's a couple of days later, you reach out to this person and you say something like, you've been on my mind since we last spoke. I've come across a significant health science discovery. It's something I feel everyone deserves to know exists. Would you be interested in learning about it? That's the question, right? You've got to ask the question at the end of the day because people want to be led. They want to be led somewhere. And if you're not willing to ask the question, then they're never going to know what it is that you have to offer, right? So there's a product ask that you might be able to ask them if you want to focus more on the business. You could say something like, after talking with you, I can't help but think that you'd be really great at what I do. Have you ever considered creating another stream of income? If not, no big deal. Just thought I would ask, right? So you can always ask those questions. If they're not open, then continue to build that relationship, right? Because timing is everything for people. And, we always say that it can be 5 to 12 exposures for a person before they're really willing to take the jump into looking at what ASEA has to offer and trying the product or the business for themselves. Sometimes even with social media, it's even a little bit longer because these are cold contacts. These are people that you have not ever met before. And so sometimes you have to build that relationship just a little bit longer, but being willing to ask the question then opens the door to what the possibilities are. And so you can do all of the things. You can have a beautiful profile. You can post beautiful pictures and wonderful videos. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to ask people the question, then you're really not doing your business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And what's really fun is that when you get into these conversations, the way the social media platforms work is they start putting your content in front of the people that you're having direct message conversations with. And so you're actually able to drip on them without even having to send a message, and you're building a relationship with so many people at the same time by putting your content out there. So we just want to encourage you all, if you want to do social media, don't get overwhelmed, pick one platform to start on and just press go there and learn how to do all of these things on that platform. Show up, post, and meet people of like mind. We're really excited for you guys to begin social media and just have fun with it. Don't be overwhelmed by it and be yourself. Bring your true authentic self online.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We can't wait to see you online. Oh, and I'm recording.